I'm KASIA Madera in London. French police have arrested a man carrying 2 guns and a Quran at a hotel in Disneyland, Paris.
London. It's Newsday.
Now let's have a look at some of the day's other news. And police in France have arrested an armed man at the Disneyland Paris theme park. They say that 2 guns, ammunition and a Quran were found in his suitcase during a security check at a Disneyland hotel. Our correspondent Lucy Williamson is there. Lucy Williamson there. Well, also making news today is the growing concern that North Korea may be about to launch a rocket. Now for some bad news about bed bugs. A study in the States suggests that these creepy crawlies have actually developed a resistance to the world's most widely used insecticide. These tiny blood-sucking creatures are thriving around the world because of the rise in global travel. Just bear that in mind next time you're in a hotel room. And of course, bed bugs, they're pretty revolting, but I think these little creatures are far more cuter. They are the polecats, and they were almost wiped out here in Britain in the last century, but they are making a remarkable comeback. Results of a survey reveals that the animals are spreading into areas where they have not been seen for 100 years. Also coming up on the programme, now let's take a look at some of the front pages from around the world. And the resignation from the Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's cabinet is the main story in the Japan Times. The Economic Minister Akira Amari is stepping down following allegations that he had accepted money to help resolve a dispute. Onto the Asia edition of the Wall Street Journal, which features concerns in South Korea after that recent nuclear test in the north. With rumours of a missile test in the not too distant future, Seoul is said to be reviving interest in a US missile defence system. And a health report makes worrying reading in the China Daily. The paper reports that a study has shown that there were an estimated 4.3 million new cancer diagnoses in the country just last year and nearly 3 million deaths. So you're up to date with the papers. Now, Rico, it's incredible how what is essentially a plastic toy has really got people talking online.
That's right, KASIA. And Barbie is getting a makeover. That's what's trending, and it's proving very popular.
Yes, in all fairness, he should do, shouldn't he, in that case? Now, let's move on. The Republican Party's presidential candidates are preparing for a final debate before the first electoral contest in just under 2 hours in Des Moines in Iowa. Now, the front-runner, Donald Trump, is boycotting it because of what he calls unfair treatment from one of the debate's moderators, Fox News' Megyn Kelly. Mr. Trump is holding a separate rally with a veterans charity, which is actually due to start slightly earlier. So, Gary, that particular event starting an hour earlier. He's saying that there is still a podium left for him, an empty podium for Donald Trump should he change his mind. It's going to be a fascinating watch. Gary, as always, thank you very much. Gary O'Donoghue there. Okay, now, if you've ever been to Mumbai, then you will know that a journey in one of the city's taxis is a great experience, and it's also a wonderful way to see the city. But you were probably too busy looking out of the window to admire the cab's decor inside. Well, now a new project is trying to change all that. Let's have a look.